Welcome to Book Review Monday. This week we'll be exploring a short but rather mind-twisting novel called Anthem by Ayn Rand. But don't worry, we won't spoil anything, so let's start exploring. Are you a bit odd, a bit peculiar, a bit different from your peers? If yes, then you relate perfectly with Equality 72521. He is a character who lives in a dystopian time called the Great Rebirth. There are strict regulations upon what and how their people have to behave. For instance, pronouns are all-inclusive pronouns, such as we instead of I or you. This is applied in a collectivist society to ensure that their people are aware of how their actions and words would affect other people around them. Although these regulations are in place for a good reason, Equality 72521 soon discovered things that he nor anyone in the nation was ever supposed to know. After Equality 72521 found a hidden tunnel, he began hiding down there to write down his thoughts, since they were not allowed to write and think alone. At first, he only came down to the tunnel for privacy, but he began to discover hints of the time before the Great Rebirth. This is another crime he has just committed. The council tries their best to hide any recollection of the time before the Great Rebirth and forbids their people to have any curiosity about this time. Yet, as the days went by, Equality 72521 slowly uncovers secrets before the Great Rebirth, such as electricity. Although his discoveries were done in complete silence and secrecy, it led to something bigger, something that would change reality for him and his people as it is. Want to find out what Equality 72521 did? Guess you have to read on. Like always, there are things you should keep in mind before starting this novel. First of all, the novel is similar to 1984 by George Orwell and The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. If you enjoy these novels, you should enjoy Anthem as well. Second, you may encounter difficulties at first when reading the novel because of pronouns usage, so start getting used to it in the first few pages so it won't mess you up later on. Last but not least, try to understand the context and setting of the novel before continuing reading. This is important because only by understanding the context and setting of the novel that it brings out the significance of the theme and the characters in it. So just keep in mind these things before you start reading and you have maximum enjoyment from the novel. If this is not the novel for you, wait till next Monday for our next review. Thank you for watching, and now you can go back to exploring new worlds in the pages. See you next week.
Created using Powtoon.